and they are red hot right now. They've set a franchise record, winning 15 straight as they beat the White Sox 11-2. That's the longest streak in the majors since 2002, when the A's won 20 straight. The Indians, of course, went to the Fall Classic last season. You would have to think they are the favorites again in the AL. Do you think they are the team to beat for many years to come when you look at their roster and the way that some of their players are locked up, for several years to come?
I think they're going to be a very tough team and a very tough out throughout the AL playoff picture over the next several years. Mainly because of Kluber and Carrasco. You need a starting pitching rotation, and those two guys have been unbelievable. Salazar, when he's on, has been great. There's a lot of good teams that are set up like that. When you look at the youth of the Houston Astros, guys that they've got under contract and under protection for the next several years, I expect Houston to run the West. And when you look at the AL East, look at what Boston and the Yankees are doing, putting together good nucleuses of young players. We know Sale's going to be up in Beantown for quite some time. And when you have Xander Bogaerts and Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts and all the fantastic young players they have there, especially with the Yankees as well going toe-to-toe and having some controlled pitching for a little while. Severino has become an ace before our eyes. We know all about Sanchez and Judge, that nucleus of Didi Gregorius and Starlin Castro up the middle. So I'm not just ready to say, hey, this is going to be Cleveland's American League for the next 4 years, but it looks pretty good. I like their chances of running things, at least within the division.
Yeah.
Now what'll be interesting is jockeying in the playoffs with those teams that are going to run things in their own divisions, like the Astros out west, I expect. And then that Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, which I think is going to really reignite in the East. Cleveland's awesome because they've got a great bullpen, a great starting pitching rotation, and a really good offense. But some of those guys we listed there, we've seen Jason Kipnis fall off. How long can Edwin Encarnacion keep doing what he's doing? He's had another great year.
Yep.
Is Danny Salazar going to be the guy that's been lights out or the guy that got relegated to the bullpen?
Been injured a lot, too.
He's been injured a lot. So I'm not just ready to hand this to the Indians, but if I had stock and I was buying stock in the AL, I'd start with the Tribe and then shortly after take some of those other teams I mentioned.
Yeah, certainly in the division, Kansas City.
No. Detroit, they're in rebuild mode at this point. Chicago's
rebuild mode.
Now, Chicago's going to be great in 3-4 years on paper, and the Twins are always feisty, but they're a small market team that has trouble competing with the likes of a great team on paper with a controlled roster like the Indians.